Welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Brandon, and today we're doing a KonoSuba character deck. Colton's deck is almost ready. We want to fine-tune it just to make sure we have all the details just right. So today we're going to do a character deck, looking today at Darkness from KonoSuba. So let's just jump right in. Starting off, we have Shameful Abuse Darkness. This allows you to pay 1, drop 2, salvage 2, specifically of the Darkness characters. So this is a good way to be able to get your level 1 combo into hand relatively quickly if it's in the waiting room. Essentially, it's a double drop salvage, so that's fantastic. And when this card attacks, you may mill 2 cards, and if there's a climax, you get an additional soul. So you can kind of help soul rush with the card if you reveal a climax. If not, you're helping to mill, especially really good first deck. Pretty great card. Next up, we have bonafide pervert Darkness. Just getting right at it, Darkness. Congratulations. During your opponent's turn, this card gets X power X equal to 4,000 times the level of the character facing it. Facing level 0, it's still 2,000, but facing level 1, 6,000, level 2, 10,000, level 3, you're looking at 14,000. So the card gets big, especially as it goes later, and it's also a runner, runs to center, so it's a good card to be able to use for that effect. Next up, we have our back row search engine. This is a tap Ricky. So basically, you pay 1, clock yourself 1, rest that card, search for any character in your deck, because all of your characters in this deck are adventurers, put it in hand. So it's a great way to not only excel your game state to help you get to level 1 first, but as well to get the cards that you need. So this card allows you to get the Darkness that you're looking for from deck. Your other back row card, A Break in the Forest Darkness. This is part of the Darkness Merge package from Legend of Crimson. This allows you to not only assist your characters 500 power, but you can discard that same card and rest that card to salvage. Your special talent is Fantasizing Darkness. Gets you from deck. Break in the Forest Darkness allows you to get cards from waiting room. So you kind of have that both options, so you're able to get basically any card in your deck or in your waiting room. Any card you're looking for, you can access it through these cards. We have our Climax Swapper, so we can make sure we have the right climaxes that we need. This is our Beauty and a Yukata Darkness. On play, you can mill 3 from the top of your deck. I appreciate that it is a May, so that way, especially when you get towards later game, you don't want to necessarily mill from the top of your deck. You don't have to. So that actually makes this a really good profile for that. Climax Swapper is useful at any point in the game. It's going to be really helpful to get your level 3 combo off, so it's a really good fixing piece. And because it's on character, it's very searchable. We have Dumbfounded Darkness. This Darkness allows you to look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order, so you kind of know what your triggers are going to be. And you can rearrange your triggers even. And then also you can grant power when placed. So a power pump and trigger fixing works even well into the late game too. Now we have Sightseeing in the Crimson Demon Village Darkness. During your opponent's turn, it gains a level and 1500 power, so it's a way to prevent level 0 bombs, and it's 3k on their turn. You can also ditch a climax to salvage a character, so a good way of climax fixing in hand as well. From there, we move on into our level 1s. Endurance is my Forte Darkness. Now this card gets 1000 power during your turn, but the real benefit of this card is when it goes to waiting room, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose one climax from among them, reveal it to your opponent, and get it into hand, and choose a card in your hand and put it into waiting room. So it's a way to get climaxes into hand, so that you're able to then cycle your combos. Now you can either cycle your level 1 combo, cycle your level 3 combo. You can get the climax you need. Maybe if you don't get the right one, Climax Swapper to get to the right one. So you're able to access the cards you need any point of the game. You can get your climaxes any point of the game. The game is dependent on what you want to do. Once you get your cards onto field, you are now in control of your deck. So now we get into the level 1 combo of the merge package. So we have our level 1 combo, which on attack allows you to basically get your merge package pieces. You can get the 2-1 Veneer, which is part of the merge fusion, or you can get the level 0 darkness back row, a break in the forest darkness that we already previewed here. Get one of those two from either the deck or the waiting room. It's a choose one of two. So before your attack phase, know where your cards are. You can look at the cards in your waiting room. So check out what's there. You know what's in your waiting room, so you're able to get that. And then you're also able to, if you know what's in your waiting room, you should be able to deduce rather quickly where the cards are that you're looking for. So keep an eye of that before you begin the attack phase. That way you can just go right in, get the cards you need from where you're looking, and keep going from there. This gets you the pieces parts for the fusion package, which is going to be helpful at that next level. Getting those pieces before you hit level 2 is very important, and this combo allows you to do that. And then we also have a 1-0 backup. It's a 1k backup, which you can then grant an additional 1000 power. You can effectively 2 lanes with this one backup, just to get 1000 over. And sometimes that's all you really need, is just that little bit extra boost. So having this backup is actually very helpful when doing so. As we move into level 2, we have the dead-on accuracy darkness. This allows you to assist all your level 3 characters in front of that card with 2k power when you get your merge package into field, or your fusion package, whatever we're going to call it today. This back row immediately boosts power to that, so you're able to maintain board presence with it. You can choose to increase the level of your characters as you go. Now, or whether that can make a lower level card higher so that way this card can affect it, you can do it that way. For the most part within this deck, that's rather meaningless, but it's just a cool effect to watch happen. We also have the Iron Will Darkness here, which allows you to again, it's another runner, and it's also an anti-change stock bomb, so it's nice for specific matchups. It helps if you have open lanes and you're unable to get your full merge package off, and you're facing off against something that has an early play. This is helpful in that instance. And then we have Fierce Battle Veneer. This is the 2-1 fusion part. What's fun about this card is it allows you to be able to essentially make sure that you get your fusion off. It decks up to 2 of your level 3s from waiting room into deck, and then you're able to then search your deck to get the card. You're basically guaranteeing yourself and your endgame fusion with this. So you don't need to worry about your level 3s, you just need to get your 2-1s and your 0-0s ready so that way you can just get up and go. Power is irrelevant because essentially it's designed to merge. So when it gets on field, you want to merge it. As we look at the final end package of that merge combo, we see Muscle Brain Crusader Darkness. Now, 500 power for each of your other Magic or Adventure characters, so if you have a full field, you're looking at 11k base. If you have the back row, you're looking at 13. On play, look at up to 3 cards, choose one, put the rest in the waiting room. So you're able to potentially even draw into your Climax as well, so that way you have that ready to go. Combined with the Climax combo. Climax is choice, so you're looking at another 1k power, so you're looking at 14 on attack with the back row. If the Climax is there and you have 4 other, you get the following ability. The ability activates 1 time per turn when damage dealt by this card is cancelled, or the damage dealt by the character facing this card is cancelled. You may deal 1 damage to your opponent. So when either you cancel the damage or they cancel the damage, they burn 1. It's a weird burn. You can burn on your opponent's turn with this. You can burn on your turn with this. You could effectively burn twice with 1 card. It's just a very interesting combo to be able to make this work. And you can get this at level 2. So you could have this up and going at level 2 and just maintain this through level 3. And this is our main finisher of the deck. This is what your deck wants to do. You want to get this on field, keep it on field, and you have the tools and pieces parts to continually bring it back to field, to just cycle through this combo, keeping this combo on field, burning the damage for canceling and non-canceling alike. So if you're going up against a good opponent that has a good compression, every time they cancel, they're taking one. Even when you don't land your bigger swings, you're typically still burning them. And especially if you're able to keep this on field and keep board, and you're able to hoard your resources, you can actually compress your deck pretty well too. As we look at the deck as a whole, we see the deck come to, using JK TCG pricing. With that, the objective of our deck, get the level 1 combo so we can get our fusion pieces. So when we hit level 2, we use our fusion package to get our level 3 darknesses on field and burn for the win. As we look at a competitive level of this deck, really this is a waifu deck. This is a deck built around a specific character, Darkness. And so it's going to be really interesting in those competitive matchups. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys are able to use that and have fun. Next week we're going to have a clock talk, followed by, should be the next following week, we're going to see Colton's deck, looking at some of the KonoSuba pieces as well. On Thursday this week, we're going to have some gameplay of this deck specifically. You're able to see the different pieces in play and able to see how the deck functions as a whole. But until then, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you Thursday.